Okay, we're live on Twitch. Mayhem is coming. Apparently. FL4K. Amara. Zane. Versus the Calypso twins.
Oh hey, our trailers are synchronized. Look at that. New worlds.
Hello, Potato. Hello, Babom.
Borderlands 3. Oh, I don't want to talk about this nonsense. I'm peeved because, as usual, as every other bloody game, they've now been snatched up by the Epic Game Store.
So hopefully we're live on Twitch again.
We're also live on YouTube. We're doing lovely. So we just realised that we said we'd be available for any passerby like icing to chat, and we actually forgot to pick up the phone. Luckily nobody tried to call us because we're literally that cool. Too cool. Anyway, look at this nonsense. I found that there's an edge to the gravity field. Woo! Ooh! Ooh! Ooh!
I like to see you just bobbing up and down. Terry says
it works out quite well. Look at this.
Terry's got a mug of tea to replace the fluids. Very nice.
Train of thought.
What are you up to?
Walking. It's isometric exercise. Care to join me? You're looking the wrong way.
Mia, mess with Boris's gravity field. I had a couple of other gravity generators around his station. Potato says, I'm really hyped for Borderlands 3 and suck for you being a PC purist, Mia. Me being a console peasant gets to play it with no shitty and sketchy store.
Excuse me, you have your console game distributor as the store. That's sketchy. And I just have to be patient. That's all I really need, because the one saving grace is that it's only a timed exclusive. So does Boris's gravity field really need all of this?
So I should. So all I've done today so far is to grind away some blocks, add some thrusters, and now what I'm going to do is I've now ground down the thrusters, and I'm about to add back the blocks that I ground down. So let's get back to square one.
He does not need all of this.
And then play with the other end, because that's far more sensible. But at least we got to play with the train of thought. That was nice.
Still doesn't need all of this. Why is Boris so against calibrating gravity fields accordingly?
Terry says, mere patient does not compute.
Excuse me, I can be very patient in certain aspects.
Especially if it comes to saving a penny or being able to be belligerent about a thing.
There we go. Perfectly calibrated.
Yeah, I can afford a little bit of extra length on that. So, Mir is a tightwad. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is.
What's that supposed to mean?
That means that you are tight with your cash.
Oh yeah, speaking about being tight, I had a purchasing conundrum a while ago that I still haven't resolved yet. I had the choice between better audio equipment, moving up to proper condenser microphones that seemed like a reasonable step up. Also would give me a little external sound card, which I could modify on the fly without any difficult interactions. Or trying to find the next smallest bloody phone I can find. And buying that instead.
I should make this like yours.
Why is space green? Mir, what have you done? I activated... hold on. I activated the gravity range field measurement visualization thingy. This indicates the current range of the gravity generator.
Your space is green!
Look, it's not really green. It's just an overlay of my heads-up display? Heads-up display, that's the word. Look, it's not really green. It's an illusion. An illusion that's supposed to help me calibrate Boris's gravity field because he can't do it on his own. Probably he can, he just decides not to for some reason.
And then... it comes out like that.
55 was maybe a bit too low. Oh yeah, back to sell.
Oh no, and then it starts. Oh, actually, so maybe I am doing okay with what I've got.
Oh yeah, that's a window. They're a lot clearer now. Concerningly so.
Does that mean that I can... oh, I can.
There we go. That's how it should be done. Also, I'm impressed with how cubic Boris's station is. It's nice.
Probably delete.
Why is Tammy supposed to do her thing? What did we do wrong this time?
But why is space green? Nah, it's really space vomit. Space slime.
Oh yeah, that's...
Tammy, do your thing.
Oh yeah, that might explain why she'd have to do that. Oh, you even replicated this nonsense. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't have recommended that, although you didn't do it quite justice. Yeah. Okay. This is my life now. I will die here. Look.
Meh.
Yes.
Don't I?
Fine.
Go and fly off and get yourself some energy.
Can I help somehow?
No, you can go do your thing.
Oh, I guess I can go do my thing then. Where is my thing? Where did I park it?
So then we want... a square block there. And coming up. Tammy says, I was AFK. Sorry, I missed an ew moment.
It's alright, it wasn't that bad.
That looks really funny flying over.
Look, I'm smashing the thing. Oh no, I'm actually smashing the thing. Oh, this could have gone bad.
Mia parked.
No, I'm not. Well, yes, I am, technically. When will you have the back connectors ready?
Oh, it's going to be ages away. I don't even know how long this is going to be yet.
Oh, I was hoping I could weld up my connectors and then we can already attach it.
No.
Oh.
I'm a ways off that.
On a side note, in theory you could probably disconnect this from the station now. Since it's primarily being run by...
Yeah, that's
hold on.
What?
If you're running it, if you're planning on batterizing the entire thing...
Probably
which
best
is
to stay
sensible.
connected.
Yeah, it's best to stay connected and just
Okay.
siphon off all of Boris's energy as soon as all the batteries are ready.
Okay.
Do you need help welding those batteries?
I wouldn't yet because I don't know that they're going to stay there yet.
Alright. I like this door. Very
good.
poignant. I can't see any other way through here.
I'll tell you what you could do, Mia.
Hmm?
Do you want to come and see what I'm doing on this side?
I'm trying. I'm stuck. Where's this side? Oh, this side.
I am replicating your build on this corner.
Mm-hmm. Do the same on the other corner?
You can do the other side if you wish. You'll be able to do it faster than I can do it because I'm still working out how you've done each thing. Where's the ship there? And I need to top up on my oxygen bottle. Oh, 0 oxygen. Do we not have any ice anywhere?
We probably do. It's just set to stockpiling. Hold on. Where is the ship? I can quickly fix that. It's not set to stockpiling. I have no idea why it's not doing anything.
Are we just out of ice? Because it's filled up all of Boris's containers?
Ah! Hold on. Oh, 2.
And Terry explains why it'll be a while before I'm ready for that. He says, Sal has to remove and then re-add and then remove and put back a few more bits yet. Yeah, that's how I work. Especially when I'm trying to copy somebody else's design. If I'm just designing a ship from scratch and it's just a case of make this thing functional, I'm a lot faster. Which still doesn't mean very fast. It's just I'm a lot faster than this slow speed that I'm at the moment.
There you go. You've got some oxygen
okay.
now. Oh yeah, I should probably turn that green thing off.
Ah, yes.
Otherwise people will start complaining. So, who here has already seen that whole Marvel movie nonsense? I'm told it's been released. Right, fellas? No? That's cool too.
Tammy's going to see it tomorrow. So it's one of those blocks. What's that block? Like armor inverse corner. And it goes where?
Hold on
there.
a minute.
What?
Oh. This isn't actually attached to the station, it's attached to a landing gear.
Which is attached to the station, yeah. Which means that it would get charged.
No, that's not how landing gears work. You would have to connect it via a connector to actually get charged.
Right, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
in that case, would you mind if I remove this?
No?
You're being anchored by the train now anyway.
Yeah. Armor blocks. Light armor, inverse corner. That's heavy. I want this. Oh, that is light. Okay. Just put that there. Bernie is preoccupied with Star Trek Discovery. Terry hasn't been to the cinema in over 20 years. Potato's yet to see it. And he's yet to see Infinity War. And Terry says, I have a problem in cinemas. When the lights go down, my brain shuts down and I go to sleep. Oh, I wish I could go to sleep that easy. I am so envious of people who can just, as soon as the lights go off, they go to sleep. I've had insomnia my entire life. And I've never been able to just close my eyes and go to sleep. And that's still not the right way around.
Although, not wanting to throw shade here, but I have to admit, the couch does wonders.
Yeah, that's the place where I can fall asleep most easily is on the sofa. If I put a blanket over me on the sofa, I'm more likely to fall asleep. Terry's mother did the same thing. Miss Carner says I'm a high energy person. Terry says I can only go to sleep that easy in a cinema. Insomnia is a way of life at home. You have my sympathy. I've suffered from insomnia since at least 7 years old. Probably before that, but it was 7 years old when I started falling asleep at school because I couldn't fall asleep at night that it became noticeable. Babom doesn't like Marvel films. They all seem to be getting a bit similar. Miss Carner says, I struggle to sleep, but I can wake up near instantly. Yeah,
So what the hell is this?
What? What are you doing? Meh! I've just put that on there.
It's the wrong thing.
It was the same thing as that thing.
No, it's not. Now it is. Look, this was a full block light armor inverted corner. What you put on there is the light armor corner base. No. Yes. No, that wasn't it. Hold on. What you put on there is
the light armor inverse corner.
But it's hold on. Look on my screen. No, wait, where are the armor blocks? Look, that's the light armor inverted corner that's on the ship, and
okay.
That's what you put in the light armor inverted corner 2x1x1 base. Here's a difference.
I see. I'd work that out eventually. But you're using the wrong colour, Mir.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was supposed to replicate exactly what I had over there,
Not
which
the
is
colour
white.
scheme, though. It's supposed to be.
Sorry, I'll amend the color in a moment. So what color was it supposed to be?
This colour.
The red? Is the entire thing going to be red?
Just the carriage. I can't colour the blocks that you've placed. I don't like that.
You should be able to. It sounds more like you're currently experiencing that glitch.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Very good. Now go away, do your own thing.
Oh, okay.
Right. That's good. Now I can see exactly how the height lines up. I can work out whether I want to curve in or something.
Yeah, the height does line up quite nicely.
Yeah, and from a distance, it should look okay because yeah. From a distance, you can see it's the same height as the barrel, and that looks good. It just wasn't low enough. It needed to go one block lower, which is quite good because I'm short of floor space. I suppose I should make it like yours, because then I can do something like that at the front. Okay.
I have to admit, I wasn't planning on giving the passenger cart any wheels, given the fact that all of the engine power will be on the roof.
You weren't planning on giving the car any wheels?
Yes.
Well, because you've got thrusters elsewhere.
Yes.
Ah. Should I hide my thrusters then?
You can design it however you want to, although I find the idea that you're designing it in a manner that it mirrors the front car is quite endearing.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. If it had a sort of similar width and stuff to the front, then might look like it'd work. So you're working on the same width, right? Okay. Apart from that little bit that sticks out at the front, everything is
I realise we're a bit unfairly blocking all of Boris's work over here. I hope he wasn't planning on going a field trip with his dumpsters.
right. I see. Babom says, I never fall asleep easily. I have a few hours each night of just random thoughts. Apparently, even as a baby, I slept bad. Potato says, yeah, what is up with that? It takes 20 minutes and melatonin for sleeping in bed, but if I get even slightly cozy on the couch, I'm out like a light. 20 minutes? 20 minutes? If I go to bed, it'll take me 4 hours. If I go to bed too early, it'll take me 8 hours. So, unless I'm exhausted.
Bless you.
Excuse me. If I go to sleep when I'm exhausted, I stand a chance of falling asleep within about 2 hours. Bernie says, what is it with women and couches? My mum's the same and I can't understand how that could be comfortable. So thank you,
It's
Tammy.
probably because you haven't gotten the right couch.
Yeah, our couch is amazingly comfortable. The bed's comfortable too. Miss Carner says, yeah, that's something that needs to be checked out. What, my insomnia? I did get it checked out, actually.
No, the couch. We need to check out the couch.
I've just knocked my microphone. 1 second. That microphone needs to come back towards me. I just hit it with the wheel of my chair.
I didn't do anything to you. Why are you so mean to it?
So yeah, I got my insomnia checked out when it got totally out of control when I was in my early 20s. Which it turned out the problem I was having was I was fighting it. I was doing everything I could to try and get into a normal pattern of sleep. I wanted to be able to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, get to university for 9, and then stay awake during the day, and then stay up in the evening and go to sleep at a normal time. and I just couldn't do it. And I was trying my best. I was fighting it, and I got to the point where I'd stay awake for 3 days and then sleep for 1. So instead of being fresh for lectures, I mean, it's different whether I was going to a party or something. I wasn't like I was trying to be a goody two-shoes student or anything. But I had no problem staying awake at night, but trying to stay awake during the day was terrible. And because I had early morning lectures, and some of them were, this is like doing complex maths at 9 in the morning, I figured I needed to be able to develop a proper diurnal pattern. Get to uni for 9? By that time, I'd already finished my first course of the day.
Yeah, I noticed that in Britain they seem awkwardly lax on when school's supposed to start. Like, Jesus, they send their children here for what, 9, 9:30, 10? What the hell?
I haven't seen a 10 o'clock start to anything.
Oh, well, I don't know, it feels like it. For point in case being, what happened to the, 7 o'clock start, when school's supposed to start, when children are still half dead?
It's supposed to be, they're trying to time it around ordinary work hours.
Yeah, I realise that. It's probably because here it's primarily a form of childcare, child-minding, while in Germany it's about torturing the children.
To get them ready for adult life.
Yeah, I mean, adult life is supposed to be torture. So's child life. So's life, to be honest, really. And maybe I could add some wheel arches. Yeah, we'll add some wheel arches. Look, I'm going to do life designing eventually. Also, I'd like to imagine that this puts education first. I'm not entirely sure if there are any studies that actually prove that starting school at 7 in the morning is a sensible thing to do, but I relished in it. Probably part of the reason why I'm now one of the earliest people in the office. Oh, that's another thing that annoys me so much about Diet Soup Lady. For some reason, she's trying to replicate my dumb pattern.
That's what she did in the department that she was in before.
It's still annoying me. I had this wonderful unspoken arrangement with Soup Lady where I come in the morning so I don't have to spend the majority of my day with her, and she comes in the afternoon and she doesn't have to spend the majority of her day with me. On the one hand, we covered the entire day, and on the other hand, we did as much as we could to avoid each other as much as we possibly can.
And it worked well. You did manage to avoid each other quite a lot.
Yes, except for the few moments when we got into heated debates about how to pronounce Bretling or this town name. Construction components and motors.
Yeah, Miss Karna says, no, it's always been 9 and focused on typical office work. And then when they get to adult life, they soon learn that everything to do with school was wrong and totally unneeded. Terry says, education. Is that still a thing? Do they still do that? I'm gonna slope that in. Bernie says, at Mia, there are studies that say that teenagers actually benefit from a later start to their day because for some reason the biological clock ticks differently during one's teenage years. Yeah, the older you get, apparently, the earlier your body clock starts. I don't know whether. It turns out, I did go to get my my insomnia checked out, and it turns out that the thing that's wrong with me is that I'm just nocturnal. And it's as straightforward as that. I have a nocturnal body clock. Apparently, this is not that uncommon.
Where is your internal? Where is your body clock?
It's in a gland. I can't remember which gland.
What?
Someone in chat will know.
Well, no, that's not what I mean. Like, where
it's
do
no
you
good
imagine...
looking on your wrist, Mia.
That's where my bloody body clock is residing.
Your body clock is in your head.
Yes, and my head projects an onto my wrist. Because
So
that's where it feels
where
like
you
it should be.
imagine it is.
Well, yes.
But actually,
I have an imaginary friend, and it's not even that inventive because really it's just a clock.
Can't see. Oh, I see which way round that is. We need to go home, then delete. No? No. Then we need to go home, home. There we go, like that. Pre-teenage children are up as early as adults too. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure about that. I never was. The reason they say teens are lazy, it's hormones. But no, teens are just lazy. Bernie says, Lasai, they're fighting again. Yeah, we know how much you like watching our fights. Page up to go down.
Yeah, I don't know. Keen, man.
Indeed.
Keen.
Yeah. So what? I ended up. I had various. When I say tests, so there was things like blood tests and
Bees.
no bees. There was no bees involved.
You're definitely going to the wrong kind of test.
There was a number of tests on almost experiments with my sleep environment, and things like changing pillows, windows open, windows closed, temperature up, temperature down, blah blah blah, all that sort of thing.
How did they get you to sleep in the first place so they can try that out?
Well, it was to see if altering lots and lots of environmental conditions and what they call sleep hygiene. So giving up caffeine, which is a killer. When you've got insomnia, giving up caffeine is the last thing you want to do. But I did it just to see if it'd work. It didn't. Didn't make it any better. So what we were looking for was an improvement of some sort. It didn't improve. And giving up caffeine just felt really bad and didn't help me get to sleep any earlier. But I tried it because I would have been really glad to have been able to fall asleep earlier. And oh, do you know what would look nicer than that? Thinking about it. So yeah, lots of environmental stuff, lots of training in things like sleep hygiene and stuff, all the things that they usually say, lots of things like blood tests and things. And then they eventually decided that the thing that's wrong with me is it the pituitary gland, or is that the thing that controls growth? I can't remember. It's the gland that controls your body clock anyway. And the reason why I have a problem and why it's not uncommon is because when we were wild humans, this is why you have night owls and what do they call the morning people? Larks, I think it is. I don't know. I hate them.
Maniacs.
Yeah. But morning people and night people, the reason why those two things exist is because it was really beneficial for us in when we were wild humans. Early birds, that's the one. Or larks, yeah. So we do, and we shouldn't. It's not natural for us to sleep once and be awake once. The natural way is to sleep twice and be awake twice. But so you should be asleep in the middle of the day and you should be asleep in the middle of the night. You should be awake at dawn and you should be awake at dusk. But the larks tend to have a longer dawn session and the night owls have a longer dusk session. And then if you're a night owl, you will sleep more in the middle of the day and less in the middle of the night. And the other way around then for if you're a morning person. And that meant that while we were wild humans, living in a tribal type society, we just have more people around. Ms. Carner says, "Oh, so Spaniards have it good then?" Yeah. The Spanish way is much closer to how we should be naturally than the British way, which is a shame because the Spanish way is dying out.
What is the Spanish way?
Siesta in the afternoon. So they start work traditionally in Spain, you start work much earlier, like 5 o'clock in the morning, but then you finish at 11 o'clock in the morning. Then you have about a 4-hour lunch, which includes sleep time. You're not expected to stay awake during lunch. You have lunch early and then you sleep, or you sleep and then you go for lunch. Then you start work again quite late in the afternoon, but then you work until quite late in the evening. So they've got two work phases. And to avoid the super high heat. Yeah. So then the hottest part of the day, you're just sleeping through it. And but that works really well for the natural body clock of people. And it probably aligns with the temperatures that would have been around when we were wild humans as well, because we were born and bred in Africa. But also because we started off life like having to consider things like predators and stuff. It was very beneficial to have at least some of a tribe who were morning people and some of the tribe who were evening people, because then you had people around at all hours of the day and night. So variety was good for society. And it wasn't until agriculture was established that we all started sleeping the same time. Bernie says, "I was born and bred in Germany, thank you very much." And Miss Carner says, "Well, either sleeping, but also some places also allow for drinking within a certain limit and then go back to work after that."
Speaking about being born and bred, yeah. I did start earlier on a little story about me having turned into the gambling man thanks to the diet soup lady.
Okay,
I don't think I finished that one. So
Sal keeps saying wild humans, brackets, looks at Nidd, close brackets. Yeah, that never really caught on for some. Yep, sorry, Mir?
Yes. The diet soup lady turned me into a bloody gambling man today. So, for some bizarre reason, we're starting to talk about bread, because, as usual, I was complaining about the atrocity that is British bread. It's really bad. And point in case being, I then lamented the fact that they don't have bakeries around here, and if you do want to have proper bread, you need to drive like 20 kilometers out of town to find a farmer's market that meets like every 2 months or so. It's a horrifying nightmare world I live in. Anyway, the diet soup lady then pointed out that she does have a bread maker that she's not using since she's turned gluten intolerant.
Of course.
Yes, because,
along
woe
with
is
all
her.
of her other afflictions.
Yes. She also bragged about how nice her kitchen is. Like she bragged how she had a cool functioning oven. Oh, how dare she? Anyway, she said she had a bread maker that she doesn't use, so she could give it away to one lucky person. And I expressed interest, but unfortunately at the same time, one of the lawyers sitting around me also said that she'd like to have it. So we were in a bit of pickle because we can't both have the same bread maker. The only alternative there was to, take a sword, cut it in half, and everyone gets one half of the baby.
And
bread
you're
maker.
both the sort of people who say, no you, no you, no you.
Oh yeah,
no you.
that was
I bet
also...
that I wasn't there, but I'm going to bet that went on for a while, didn't it? No, you have
actually.
it. No, you have it.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I couldn't possibly. You have it.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what went down. I didn't want to say that. Yeah. She said, "Oh no, I can't have it." Then I said, "Oh well, I can't have it." And then we both talked about how terrible it would be if, you know, if the other couldn't get it, and how bad we both feel. So eventually, we decided that, you know, the best thing to do would be to leave it up to chance. That seems fair. We both pointed out that we'd still feel bad even if we won. Or lost, really. There's no winning this. We'd feel bad, is the point of the conversation here. And, we pulled up an online coin toss thingy from Google, which is apparently integrated into Google. That's fun. And she betted tails 3 times in a row. Bessa 3 wins. All 3 were tails. Like, what the hell? Somehow destiny wants her to have the bread maker or some nonsense.
So the lesson that Mia learnt from that is he should never be a gambling man because he's not good at it. Is that correct?
It feels like that's the lesson you wanted me to learn.
Oh. What was the lesson you did learn then?
I'm gonna get my own bread maker. That's going to be so much better than any bread maker she could possibly have.
That too. Mm-hmm.
An online coin toss. Neither one of you had a coin in your pocket. Oh no, I did have a coin in my pocket. I just didn't want to trust my personal finger bias. You know, make it completely fair.
Because if you'd won, then not only would you be feeling guilty about winning, you would feel as though you'd somehow cheated the system because your coin tosser preferred you over her.
You can cheat the system. If you train for long enough, you can, manipulate the outcome of the coin toss by ensuring that it does one flip and you lie it the other way around that you wanted to land on.
And have you practiced hard enough to make that happen?
Let's point it out. Let's put it like that. I wouldn't bet on it, but I feel relatively confident in my ability to do that.
But then wouldn't you make it so that she would definitely win?
Well, no, that doesn't seem fair anymore.
Because
I really wanted to have the bread maker.
Thing you would do.
I wanted to have the bread maker. Although I have to admit, I was a bit confused. Diet Soup Lady told me in confidence that she might not return. I immediately asked, "Oh, are you going to die?" She laughed and said, "No." I then said to myself, dang it. Almost had her. We should have told her to her face. Point in case, why was I going on about her? What? Why was I just talking about that? Oh, yeah, she told me in confidence that she might not return after today. Because, you know, she's having this weird divorce thing going on with the organization. That's actually how she phrased it. It's a divorce where the organization cheated by sleeping with another person, and now she's leaving acrimoniously. Anyway, and then I later on pointed out to her that, yeah, hold on a minute. If you're leaving, how are you going to get the bread maker? She said she'd come back for the bread maker. So that's nice. At least I know that the lawyer woman gets a bread maker.
And the lawyer woman cooks quite a bit, doesn't she? So.
Oh yeah, she made rosewater cake today.
Did she? I didn't know that.
It was over there with the other lawyer stuff.
Oh, I missed out on some rosewater cake.
I have no idea what the hell rosewater cake is. I'm not even entirely sure what rosewater tastes like. I'm not sure if I want to know.
Oh, it'd be nice.
Ooh.
I didn't even know. Sal suddenly woke up. Who needs a sound card or new cell phone? Just go get that bread maker. Do it.
Oh yeah, that was the third option that crystallized itself today.
What kind of bread maker was it, says Tammy.
I have no idea. But going by the fact that she was talking about how her oven had whatchamacallit?
Don't know.
A bread dough drawer. Like she has a drawer for bread dough in her oven, which is apparently really expensive. She was bragging about how expensive a kitchen is and how a microwave has a self-cleaning option. I have to assume it was an expensive one. I did ask her for the brand name, but she couldn't tell me at the time. Although I'm not entirely sure if I can actually use a bread maker how I'd like it to. For example, I want to have something like onion bread. It's been ages since the last time I had a proper onion bread.
Miss Carner says, and this is the guy you trust to work with you, Sal? He forgot about the thing he was just talking about?
Don't remind me about my mistakes. Today, I was sending out emails to every senior leadership officer, head, director, whatchamacall them. The senior leadership team, everyone who's in charge, more or less, for their weekly meeting. And for some reason, in the first email, I forgot to attach the minutes of the previous meeting, so I sent out another email saying, okay, here you go, apologies for this, the notes of the last meeting were omitted in error, here they are now, it's fixed now, I'm sorry about doing this, fellas. I didn't say fellas, I should have said fellas. And then the iceberg lady from the strategy department calls me and points out that, hold on a minute, that room there is different from all the other rooms that are everywhere else. And I realized, God, no, I didn't fill out the room template on the email template. So it was showing the wrong room. And I had to send out another email in shame, pointing out that the indicated room on the original email was false. It's actually taking place in this room at this time, as indicated on the agenda, the corporate diary, your meeting invite, virtually everything except for the email, followed by a statement that this week has already been going on for too long for me, despite it only being Monday. So yeah, I forget about a lot of stuff. But half the team she's employing forgets a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
One of them forgot to have a beating heart for a while.
And Potato says, I vote bread maker. Go get that bread. Bernie says, at Ms. Carner, this is the guy that single-handedly raised the company's productivity by 1,000%. And Ms. Carner says, quotes you saying, don't remind me of my mistakes. And says, well, we got her because you clearly don't remember about them. Very good.
It's funny somewhere.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I know, that's why you were laughing. Ow.
My space engineers just did that thing where it kicked me out of the game again. Kicked my mouse out of the game. Kind of feels like this block should be a funny shape, but then those ones there should stay as they are. Or maybe actually it's just that one wants to be like that.
So, has chat been doing any terrifying mistakes lately, so I don't have to feel too bad about myself?
Bernie says, so how are the bridges holding up in Manchester? Oh, I've had a week off. I don't know. I took a week off to write scripts.
That is true.
The block on 3 works for that.
I saw it.
Yeah, I'm so proud.
Ah!
Actually, the script was okay. It wasn't that I was terribly... It wasn't that I was exceptionally proud of the script. I was happy that I'd got the formatting of the script right. It was the whole concept. I can't see how that block looks. Ah, okay. So, that way round, isn't it? But does that just make it look a bit too pointy at the top, though? I wonder. Back up a bit. Let's weld it and see how it looks. Would it look better? Oh no, it does actually look okay, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it does. That's nice. I feel like I should replicate that over here. I'm going to steal your design.
Yeah, feel free. Now all I've got to do is try and replicate it on that side. And I can't see it. This will be fun. Yeah, Bernie says perfect. One more, I think. Yes. That one... Right, which block makes it do that? Page up. And then that one is delete. Nice. Should have lined myself up properly. Okay, let's see how that looks now. Ow!
What? What happened?
I just bumped something, that's all.
Oh no, she's dead. Time for a eulogy.
I'm not dead, I just bumped something.
We've gathered here today to remember the love...
I didn't even hurt myself, I just went...
and life of our dear friend Sal, who died tragically, stabbing her toe.
So it looks good there, but I think on the inside...
The fact that you're still talking at your own eulogy kind of undermines the loving gesture I'm putting on here.
It was just a flesh wound, says Tammy. I agree. So...
How would you feel if at a funeral, the guy in the coffin just gets up and starts complaining about the buffet? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Still going to be a bit of a point, isn't it? It feels a bit weird just having a point there. Let's just try it and see. It depends on whose funeral it was. And Bernie says at me, I'd shove him back in. How dare he ruin the funeral?
Yeah, add that to the fact that, you know, the buffet's not for him. Those mini cocktail sausages are for me. Ah, I want some cocktail sausages now.
Choice here.
Yes?
Either solid block. Just weld these up. Slopey block, or partly slopey block, or no block. See, so this half wall here stays.
Well, what about this block? Over here, to the left. Hold on, I can colour it red if it helps.
No, I think I prefer the bottom one.
Alright. I was gonna say, if it's not my suggestion, then I would go with the slopey bit.
Yeah, yeah. Tammy says, at my mother's funeral, one of my little cousins was scared to go near the coffin because she thought my mother would jump out and get her. Oh, bless.
Although, additional question, what about this as an addition? Watch below. What about this as an addition? The things I just added over there, around the corner?
I thought that sloping it in would be too much. I actually liked the hard edge on it.
Oh, right. Fair point. Carry on then. Oh yeah, you could add some lamps on the sides.
Could do. So the hole in the middle here is going to be filled. I'm just leaving it here for ease so I don't have to keep on going in and out the door.
Yeah, don't worry. I was just hovering there to stare at the passenger wagon because it kind of looks neat, in my opinion. I mean, I'm usually not one for asymmetry, but the fact that I somehow managed to integrate this weird thing feels nice. It's neat.
Yeah.
Although I do notice that we're coming up to the end soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's terrifying how often that happens.
And how little I actually managed to get done. This is something that, this is why Anubis used to always do all his work off camera. So that then he could come on stream and do all the things that he felt people really wanted to see. Which is why he's no longer with us. Because well, at least this, in my opinion, he just overworked himself. Striving to achieve perfection meant that he never actually managed to get done all he wanted to do. Never wasn't able to live up to his own standards. We could replace that. Oh, yep, that's right, energy. Where's the ship? Where's the ship?
Over there, in the back, as expected.
Oops. Wrong place.
Energy low.
Bernie said he did say that the work needed outpaced the reward. Yeah. See, I gave it a lot of thought before I started. I just saw Mia go falling past like a stone. I did give it a lot of thought.
Excuse me, it's graceful floating.
And I decided that I would... and this was mainly because when I decided to learn how to edit, because like when I started, I just started streaming, and you know, there's not much to it. You can get your audio quality as good as you can. You can get your stream quality as good as you can. You can play as good as you can, but that's all live stuff, and that's all about content creating. But when I decided that I would start to learn how to edit, I made a pact with myself that if I ever found that me trying to put time and effort into editing was getting in the way of me actually making content, then I would put quantity over quality. I wouldn't sacrifice me outputting something just so that I'd have a quality higher than I felt I needed. I wouldn't put...
An example of that, if I may bring it up, could probably be RimWorld. I mean, it was funny at first, but when we got to the rhythm where you had to literally felt you needed to record an episode per day, so something goes out consistently, you eventually tired of that, and then that series eventually got curbed. I mean, it was probably not really helped by me, reminding you that we need episodes to keep up the schedule. You don't remember that?
I'm just trying to think if that's really the equivalent. I would think no, it's more like probably the stuff that I've put out that was the most extreme was some of the GTA episodes where the quality was appalling. Me, I'm trying to place a block where you're stood.
Oh, sorry.
That's like one of those things where you're trying to, I don't know.
It looked like you were in the way
windows.
you were in the process of winding down. I didn't expect you to still have blocks in you.
I was trying to decide whether to put a whole block there or whether I should put some different block. Oh yeah, and then I was playing around with a different block and then got distracted and I hadn't looked to see which way around the block was. Let's just try it.
Just delete. Oh, it fits.
No, it doesn't.
What do you mean? No.
I don't think that'll look right. I think that'll look like a block that doesn't fit.
Yeah, but that's because you don't actually have a block that forms a transition to half slabs to these.
So what I was planning on doing is... I just thought I'd look at that, but I didn't think that was what was going to work. I think instead what I'll do is put a whole block there.
Ooh, may I make some design suggestion?
So I think that actually looks alright, but sure.
Just need to fetch some blocks. Where did it go? Where's the thing gone? Oh, over there.
Yeah, my GTA videos were like a slideshow. Yeah. The lag and the framiness and the fact that I would crash so often, so I wasn't always in sync with everybody else. But it was funny enough that it felt like it should go out anyway.
Yeah, kind of like the episode that Boris released where he didn't tell us that our audio quality is appalling.
Yeah.
How's this?
Yeah.
Too edgy?
No, I like that. It looks sort of structural.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that.
Cheers.
And that sorts out that corner. Then I've got to do something up here. But I think we need to leave that for another episode, don't we?
Technically, yes.
Yeah, we're over time. So, yeah, and then, so next episode, I shall find a block to fit this gap here. Remember that for a title for Wednesday, Mia. A block to fit that gap there.
A block to fit that gap. What sort of title is this? Also, I realised I was expecting we're doing wheel alignment in this episode, so that didn't happen. So it's feel bad now.
You might need to rename that video on YouTube then.
No, build a wheel now. We're gonna make the episode fit the name.
I'm going back to my chamber. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back on Wednesday. I'm not doing. Am I? Oh, hang on. Am I going to see Soup Lady on Wednesday? If we're not back on Wednesday, we'll be back on Thursday at 8 p.m. GMT +1. So thank you for watching, everybody. Mia, get in your cryopod and say goodbye.
Oh, look at this.
Mia?
It's a sun thing. Goodbye.
Oh.